Okay, so it seems like there's been something going on in the Wuthering Waves community, which has been very interesting and often happens every now and again in the community. Now, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about the Gathering Wives debate. This is something that happens every kind of, couple weeks whenever people get bored and have nothing else to argue about. So they start arguing about the fact that Gathering Wives is a thing in Wuthering Waves, and it's been a meme as a part of the game since around about like Shorekeeper, even before that, to be honest. And I think that, tons of people get in a big hissy fit about it, and it's come back up into conversation over this one Reddit post, which has 3.9 thousand upvotes on the r/Wuthering Waves, Reddit. Now, this is actually a new advert which has come out recently. As you can see, cartethyia is there, so it is a newer advert. And essentially, yeah, they are kind of, advertising the fact of this whole Gathering Wives, kind of theme that goes on in the game. And you can see Shorekeeper, Changli, Camellia there as well, and Rover looking kind of like confused or like he's almost deciding. And obviously, I think that some people will get really mad at this due to the fact they don't like the Gathering Wives aspect of the game. But I honestly think at this point, if you haven't really clocked on that this is the entire point of the game, and that this is something that Kuro Games is going to continue pushing, then I think you're a little bit stupid, honestly, at the end of the day. Because I think you can obviously expect them to change and want them to change, but at the end of the day, I just don't think they are going to change. I think this is going to be a mechanic, or I say a feature of the game for all of the game's eternity. And I think if you're there still whining about this in the big 2025, I think it's time to give it up, because again, I feel like it's just one of these things that is a part of the game, and if you don't like it, well, you should probably get out. Now, obviously, we got some replies here down as well, saying whatever advertisement agency they hired, they surely love this type of ad, with them even adding another one here. Obviously, yeah, they've added some of the other characters in Septimont. I mean, this one feels less Gathering Wivesy and more so to do with like Septimont, but again, I feel like it is still a pretty cool advert, and people have still been talking about that one. But there's been so many other adverts, for example, these ones which they're bringing up, like this one, for example, like who do you want to travel with? We've given you options of like Carlotta, Yinlin, Phoebe, Changli, stuff like that, which I thought was kind of funny. And I think, yeah, they're definitely like heavily pushing the whole, you can pick one, you can choose your favorite, girl in the game, whatever, which I think is, just quite funny at the end of the day. And as I was saying, I do know some people get triggered over this, and they do get, genuinely annoyed at the fact that this is a part of the game. But again, I just don't think it's that big of a deal. Now, again, there's even more adverts for this. For example, there's something, choose your partner. This one's much more direct as well. This is part of a YouTube advert when Cantarella and Carlotta were out. And yeah, they got a similar feature here. For example, I don't know why they use like FaceTime like as a thing on here. I don't think FaceTime exists in Wuthering Waves, but hey, there you go. I mean, it's there. And I think, yeah, this advertising company has been trying to push that really hard, and they've been pushing it quite hard over the past couple of days. They say not beating the allegations with this one, they say embrace the allegations, which is, yeah, it's definitely true. I mean, I don't think that even allegations at this point, people say, oh, they're not beating the allegations, Wuthering Waves aren't beating the Gathering Wives allegations. I don't think it's even allegations, it's just pure like fact. I feel like this is just a thing that has been in the game for so long, and people are saying, oh, the allegations, no, it's not allegations anymore, it's literally they've just gone fully into it now. Obviously, yeah, they're saying embrace it, saying not even trying to. I love playing Gathering Wives. They said, I love Gathering Wives so much, so I would not be beating the allegations. I will embrace them fully. They said, we aren't even trying, bro. We just gotta embrace the cooning like ZZZ did. Which, I mean, yeah, definitely is true. I feel like that is a factor that some people just need to embrace. And I feel like, obviously in terms of the story, they are very heavy on pushing these female characters in your face and telling you, hey, the Rover's gathering these wives. But apart from that, with the outside game, I feel like you have a lot of freedom in choosing what character you want, even if it is a character like Bran or like Gian or something like that, someone completely different. I think, that's also totally fine depending on how you want to play it. But I think in terms of the story and how this kind of, unfolds, I think it is kind of stupid to expect that they probably won't, be including like a Gathering Wives like type story, It's kind of stupid to believe that won't happen, because it, kind of obviously will. Obviously, we keep going saying the developers did not include Cantarella in the Rover's waifu list. Worry not, she's under the table, which is absolutely crazy. Obviously, I think, as well, people got very mad over the fact that Lupa obviously had a little bit of a moment with the Rover as well. And that was one of the big issues that many people found with the Septimont story, because obviously, to be fair, they did build her up as this kind of like, almost like partner character in terms of like a partner in you know, the arena, and not in terms of like a relationship partner. But then obviously we had that one scene where, you know, it started getting a little bit kind of romantic and things, and then people started going, oh, okay, they're doing this again, which I think, yeah, I mean, obviously sometimes they do kind of bait people where they just like kind of don't make it seem like it at first, and then all of a sudden we have like a switch, which I, you know, can completely understand. But at the same time, I kind of liked it. I didn't mind it, and I think that, you know, many other people didn't mind it either, you know, and people are just having debates over, you know, which character is better or which character they would choose. And Jinshi is on her way back to hack herself into that picture. She'll keep uploading malware to Kuro's server as we speak, which is crazy. It said game ads always tend to be whack. It said, LMO, what is this? Dating game cake. It said, it is gathering wives. It said, I'm glad to see they included Carlotta in this banner. It said, Wuthering Waves for real. It's official. We need to chat about your recent activity. Changli is the only one who can actually follow the Rover without limit. Canon wife. Again, Camellia wife confirmed. Doro 99 is not going to be happy about this. Also, yeah, that was a factor too. Obviously, Doro wasn't very happy about the whole Lupa thing either. And honestly, again, I don't think it's the end of the world. I feel like, you know, if you haven't noticed that is a, you know, a familiar theme, a familiar kind of thing that happens in the story quite often. I mean, I don't know what to say to you. I mean, it's been a thing that's been in the story for a very, very long time. You know, they're saying wives gathered, the perfect dad. You know, everyone might assume it's a dating open world game at this point to Septimon, but all 4 panels from before Septimon. They say, the mobile game market, gathering wires, Wuthering Waves, oh yeah, the dating app. So again, people are, you know, obviously not really having too much of an opinion on this, but I think there has been a lot of opinions over the course of the past couple of months of people being very against this or being very pro this. As I said, I'm not too bothered about it. I actually kind of like it. I don't mind it. And I think that, yeah, as I said, the main kind of point that I want to get out in this video was the fact that, you know, this is something that, you know, Wuthering Waves seem to be pushing very heavily with these adverts, as you can see from the adverts that we've shown in the video today. And I feel like, you know, it is something that you should expect in the story, and you shouldn't be surprised whenever it does happen. Now, you know, I think it could be great if you are surprised that it doesn't happen. I mean, that could be like, it could be the, you know, contrary, where they're like, oh, you know, they have a complete opposite kind of thing where people get excited over the fact that, oh my god, there's a platonic female in the story. That's kind of crazy, which I think is, yeah, pretty insane. But obviously I don't mind it. Some people do mind it. It's just one of those things that happens, and I just kind of want to talk about it because, again, it's something that gets brought up like every couple months. I don't know how this happens. Like every single time I see like a post like this, like every few months, again, it starts up a new debate every single time. But I just thought it'd be very interesting to talk about. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameStop, use my code CASA, get 10% off again. We've got a ton of really cool stuff over there. I definitely recommend checking it out. Yeah, leave a comment down below what you guys think about this, because again, I'm very interested in what you guys think about the gathering wires mechanics in Wuthering Waves. Again, because I want to know what you guys think about this. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.